So gaan ons net so kansie gee vir almal om op te kom. Antoinette, you'll check the guest
I'll
if they're
check the
on,
comments and things like that. Yeah.
and
And
then
we're
we
live
can.
as well.
Yeah, so let's start.
Cool. I have the pleasure. Hello, everyone. Hello,
Hello,
Rita.
everybody. Hello, hello. Hi,
Dr. Faulkner. Good evening. Yeah, it's Paws and People night. 8 o'clock Wednesday evening, every Wednesday evening. Tonight we are Cape Town, Joburg, and Durban. Am I right?
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah.
The three
Where's
biggest
the
pet hubs in South Africa.
Where is it the coldest? Let's take bets. Who's the coldest? Not me this time, and I'm sure Dr. Faulkner neither. So I believe you're
I'm
freezing,
freezing.
Antoinette.
There's a heater going. I've got this on. The dogs are covered in blankets here behind me. They're not going to move tonight. It's very cold.
Well, we even had 5 degrees last night, so even
oh my word.
Okay, so yeah, that is cold.
Yeah.
Okay, I see Daryl is on. Hello, Daryl. Yeah, he's one of our regulars. He's almost here every Wednesday. It's always nice to see the regular peoples.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All righty.
So, Antoinette, fire away.
Okay, great stuff. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, our guest is the scientist behind South Africa's animal health range that's been quietly building a following since 2019. It's trusted by cattle farmers, horse people, and cat moms alike. And it's my great pleasure to introduce this evening Dr. Thomas Faulkner, who is the founder and formulator of Quantum Silver. He's a Durban-based animal health company whose Silver Quantum Dot range is used across South Africa, from poultry farms and stables to dogs and cats on the couch. Welcome, Dr. Faulkner.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being with you tonight.
Great stuff. All right. So before we start talking about products and I'm super excited to learn all about your Quantum Silver. But let's talk about who is Thomas Faulkner. Where did it all start? Where did you grow up? How did animals come into your life? And yeah.
Great. Thank you. I had the privilege of growing up on a farm in Northern Natal, just north of Vryheid. And so we had pigs, we had dairy, obviously we had pets on the farm. So I grew up with the animals, and my love for animals was there from as far back as I remember, and obviously also caring for them. So that's where I started off. Then after school, I decided to go and study veterinary science first at Honest Poort. And after that, I did my army. And then I studied through UNISA, a BCom, because business always interested me. And I majored in economics and accountancy. Yeah, so it was actually a great combination using that as, being an entrepreneur, opening more businesses, factories, etc. My speciality then was really pig production. And after that, a bit wider, especially intensive animal production. But the last 10 years or so, I spent a lot also on pet care and looking after how we can care better for our pets. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then we've moved down here to Durban in 2020. So it's now 6 years, nearly 7 years that we are down here. And obviously developing the business works so much easier being in a city, connected, close to the airport, etc.
Okay, just before I jump in, this me and the police, just quick note to everybody listening. Nothing that we discuss tonight replaces your vet. Silver is a support tool. If your animal is seriously ill, people, your vet comes first. Always remember, I know Dr. Faulkner will also agree with it. We do not diagnose, we do not give any veterinary advice, this is tools, and your vet is utmost and foremost the most important person that you go to when your pet is seriously ill.
Correct. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the man behind Silver, the Silver. What first drew you, of all things, to Silver, Dr. Volker?
Yeah, I think I've gone through a lot of frustrations over the years, as do many of my colleagues. One has been that with the many viral infections that are around in the world, that there hasn't really been a product that one can use to treat an animal to either prevent viral infections or to treat viral infections. I'm now not talking about vaccinations, which are critical, which are important, but you don't get vaccines for every type of viral infection. That was the one. And then the other one being in production animals and also working in laboratories and many friends in that area. They showed me the ever increase in resistance to antibiotics and the dilemma that will cause for humans and for animals and is already causing. I think the example that many have heard in the news is like the superbugs. Someone goes to a hospital for a routine operation or treatment, and then they might pick up a superbug. In other words, some infection, and there's no antibiotic available to actually treat that. And what do you do then? And that was really the frustration that just kept on growing till I was introduced in 2018 for the first time. Friends came to visit me, and they had a small vial with some product in there that came from Germany. And they said they didn't know what to do with it. But so they prayed about it. What must they do? And then they felt led to bring it to me. These friends were in Newcastle. I was in Vryheid. And they brought that Silver to us. And the first time ever I heard about Silver and that it's got certain medicinal properties. So obviously I had to do a lot of deep digging, reading up hundreds of hours, which hasn't stopped since, and learning more about something that has actually been known for many, many years. And it was like a rediscovery since then. And the more time I'd spent on that, the more I started understanding what is behind it and how we could possibly use this as an additional tool to manage and to keep animals healthy or to get them healthy again. Yeah. So that's where the journey started back in 2018 for me, because I didn't have any prior knowledge about that.
So would you say it majority start on the farming side or on the pet side? Which was the
Yeah. Ironically, it actually started on the human side. So what happened because there's so much research that is already published on Silver and its antimicrobial properties, its anti-inflammatory properties, etc., on humans. I started drinking it myself, and if it was safe for me, I still lived the next day. So then I slowly introduced to other people that wanted to use it voluntarily. And after about a year of starting to sell it also to humans in various forms, I had a big problem on my pig farm because the pigs were dying of a infection and no antibiotic was helping for it. So there was obviously antimicrobial resistance. And in my desperation, my wife turned to me and said, Thomas, now, why don't you use it for your pigs if it's working so well for humans? So, yeah, it was a wake-up call. And that was, when I started using it in animals for the first time. And there, voila, what a huge difference it made. And that was my first introduction using it in animals. Yeah. So we've developed side by side the human department in our company and also the animal department. There's obviously a lot of cross-reference, many basic biological functions in a human are similar to an animal, if it's a topical infection or gut infection or whatever, and how you deal with it, much similarities.
That's very interesting. So silver has been used against infection for thousands of years. I mean, it goes back thousands and thousands of years. From I think the ancient Greeks did make silver dressings, and then silver dressings is used in modern hospitals as well for wound treatments and so. Give us a short history lesson about silver.
Silver. Yeah. As you correctly said, silver's been around for thousands of years, as long as the earth exists. But the ancient royals really used silverware to drink from or to eat from. And they noticed that they don't get sick as easily as the peasants that serve them, who don't have the silverware. And then in 1873, I think, for the first time, they discovered that microbes actually cause disease. And 8 years later, the first published article appeared in German in 1881 on the antimicrobial properties of silver. And it was a publication in Germany where the doctor used silver to treat eye infections in newborn babies. So that was back in 1881. So it's 145 years ago. The first published article on using silver in humans already appeared in scientific publication. And obviously since then, a lot more followed. And I'd say especially the last 10 years, there's a big move in humans as well as in animals to try and move away from the drugs that have been used for a long time because of severe side effects, because of microbial resistance, and due to many reasons. And people are looking for good alternatives that have less side effects and are better for humans and for animals.
Great. Most of us.
Sorry, just the last one. If I remember correctly, 2004, the first publications appeared showing the antibacterial effects of silver and exactly how it works to kill bacteria. And then a year later, the antiviral effects were published and established because what is good is that we understand in detail exactly how it works on a very nano level, the silver interaction with proteins, with viruses, bacteria, fungi, etc.
Okay, great. All righty. So most of us and our listeners have heard of colloidal silver. So if you can maybe explain to us what that is, and we probably all have Granny's recipe somewhere, and also where the shortcomings are with colloidal silver.
All right. I think the first distinction is that colloidal silver has been around probably for 70 or 80 years, at least, being used by humans and animals. And the first difference is that the process, how it's manufactured. Colloidal silver is manufactured in a water bath using electrodes, a positive, negative charge and a current. And that's how it separates silver from a silver salt into pure silver. And the colloidal silver exists of just pure silver that is Ag plus. It's a charged molecule. All right. Now, that obviously has antimicrobial properties. But if you use too much for a long time, it could accumulate in a body. It also can penetrate cells. It can be cytotoxic. That means it can be damaging to healthy cells if overused, if used for a long time, etc. So that's some of the negative aspects, although it's a very strong antimicrobial. And then after that came nanotechnology, and nano silver has been around. And the word nano simply means extremely small. we're talking about 10 to 20 millionth of a millimeter. So that is, just mind-boggling small nanoparticles and their effect. So nanosilver can also occur in a colloidal form, etc. Our product is what we call a third generation silver. It is manufactured in Germany in a factory where they use a carrier molecule that is inert. In other words, this molecule doesn't react with anything, and its only function is to carry pure silver that is uncharged. And as they attach the pure silver uncharged onto this carrier molecule, and it's so extremely small with that, as I say, most of it 20 or 10 nanometer in size, the silver. That process the engineers call quantum dotting. And that's where the name of our product range was born, as quantum dot silver, because it has got this third generation of silver. Now, why is that important? I think, first of all, because it's uncharged silver, if it is ingested, if you give it to an animal, a dog or cat to drink, then probably 99% lands up in the bloodstream very quickly. It doesn't react with the normal foodstuffs and other minerals in the gut as a charged particle could. The second one is that this carrier molecule that is a bit larger, 200 to 500 nanometer in size, cannot enter healthy cells. And that makes our product extremely unique, this molecule, because it can't enter healthy cells, it can't accumulate in the body, it's excreted between 8 and 24 hours after it's taken in. So it doesn't do any damage, and it concentrates there where there is infection or inflammation, because it stays in the bloodstream and then it's passed either through the bile or through the urine. It's excreted again very quickly. So it is non-cytotoxic, it's not harmful, and also it doesn't oxidize. In other words, it's got a long shelf life. And the critical thing also that differentiates it, that this quantum dotted molecule does not negatively affect the microbiome. Now, we all know many drugs, if they are taken in orally, they negatively kill what shouldn't be there, but they also reduce the microbiome, the good bacteria. And if the good bacteria are reduced, the immune system is affected through that. Now you can easier get sick once you stop taking medication. The digestion is affected through that. Even the moods, the psychology, etc., of an animal is affected by the microbiome. Extremely important. So this makes this molecule so fantastic in the sense that it's got a very broad effect on microbes that can cause disease, but it doesn't affect the good bacteria the way that many other drugs do. And it's extremely safe. You can drink 10, 20 times the recommended dose, and your animal won't even notice it. They'll keep on wagging their tail or asking for more.
Okay. You say they keep wagging their tail. Is there a taste to it? Does it taste?
No.
What does it taste?
Yeah, it actually tastes like water, because the base in which we dissolve the molecule is water-based. So it just tastes like water, and that makes it easy for the animal to take in. It hasn't got a bad taste. Yeah.
Cool.
Now, even my dogs think it's great, because if I touch that bottle, they run for me. They know this is something that they want.
Not away.
The good stuff.
No. They come to me. I just touch that bottle, and then I've got 8 beagles sitting around like I'm going to give them the world's biggest treat. It's actually so funny. I've got to take a video at some stage of it. So
that's good. Yeah. Our company had to make big decisions right from the start. For example, one could add sugars to make it more tasty, etc. But we decided we want to keep it as natural as possible. So we're not going to add anything except for the active ingredient and then the diluent. Yeah. So it's very pure. Oh.
Okay. All right. There's a vitamin B1 in there. What does that do? What is that
in
for?
the oral solution, we add vitamin B1, and that is just a complementary or supplement for animals, because it affects metabolism of the cells, and it's important for certain enzyme functions, but it also helps with the integrity of nerves. The sheath of the nerves on the outside is high in vitamin B1. So it helps with restoration, with healing, and general well-being of the animal. So that is just an additive that we've got for the oral solution.
Cool. Okay.
Then we started off only selling the oral solution in various packs. And then obviously a lot of requests came from clients. So our product range grew over time as requests came in from client. Can't we maybe help with this condition or this condition, etc.? And we can maybe talk a bit later about other possible practical things that people encounter that do have pets, etc., or horses.
Yeah, you've just triggered me now a little bit. Sorry, Rita, I'm just going to...
No, that's fine.
So I've got a dog with a nerve damage, and now when you said with that, and that helps with the healing and the nerves, so expect an email from me after this, so that we can talk.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Great.
So I really think the word quantum gets very loosely used in marketing these days. I need you to say what would you say to the skeptic that thinks, this is just a fancy word for nanosilver. How correct the skeptic mind for us.
Yeah, I think it's a very valid point, because I was very skeptical when I was introduced to it the very first time. It's such a different field. I compare it, for example, on the farm, we were having lots of bakkies, pickups that were used, and they're all diesel or petrol. Now, all of a sudden on the news, you see there's a new one coming out, and it's an electric vehicle. And then this now years ago, everyone was so skeptical, so that can't work. And, motors are used to drive hammer mills and mixers and whatever, but not in a car. How will that ever work? All right. So I understand every skeptic, because I was one for many years. But if one delves into the science, and I love the science behind it, I need to understand how does it work on a nano level, not even a micro level, because these things you can't see under a normal 1,000 times magnification microscope. You've got to go a lot higher than that. On a nano level, how does it actually work? And to see the hundreds of articles that are published and explaining different aspects of this nanotechnology that is on the quantum dotted, which really takes away all the possible negative effects of silver, but it actually enhances the positive ones. You can imagine if you've got a carrier, say, for example, looks like a soccer ball, and it's full of silver on the outside, that increases that surface area for activity so much. That's why the quantum silver is highly effective if you compare it just to plain pure silver. So in small quantities, it's highly effective. And the action is an electrostatic method, because the silver atom Ag0 is not very stable, in the sense that the outer electron cloud moves all the time very fast, and obviously can lose an electron. And if it does that, it's got a charge, and then it can attract electrons from a virus or from the outer layer of bacteria, or even the DNA inside a E. coli or salmonella infection, etc. And through this electrostatic attraction, like a magnet, that's how it action is towards microbes, and how it denatures the proteins of microbes and makes them then no longer infective, and the body can start healing from that. So it's a very new method. And then obviously it's nice to read about it. What is more important is to see it in action. Now, because I'm a farmer, and my name is Thomas. I've got to see it myself to believe it. So that's why I started, first of all, on myself. Then I started on my pigs, thousands of them. And then, on other animals, my cattle. And then we started treating other people. I'm now talking about many years ago. All right. So in the meantime, we've treated, millions of poultry and hundreds of thousands of animals and thousands of dogs and cats and thousands of horses, etc. So what is nice is if you see the theory and the science actually working out in practice, and we get so much feedback from clients on a regular basis, confirming exactly that. Yeah, and even some ideas, that we weren't aware of, new effects. I'll just quickly put this one in. So interesting, we're in Durban, so some people come down to the coast with their children for school holidays. So the one Sunday afternoon, the children were out playing too long in the sun, and they had terrible sunburn. And when they came home, they obviously said to their mother, "Hey, is Aina here?" She had nothing. It was late. Didn't know where to get a pharmacist or whatever, but she had our Quantum Silver wound spray. And so she just took a chance. She said, well, take your shirts off. And she sprayed them with a Quantum Silver wound spray. And within minutes, the pain was less. And then she repeated that. And then she phoned me on the Monday or Tuesday and said, Thomas, weet jy? The skin didn't even peel off. And the pain just went. Yeah. So what I'm saying, it's a continuous ontdekking van nieuwe gebruiker daarvan. Yeah. And then animals, similar what we get.
Yeah.
So I started visiting my colleagues. Then I said to my colleagues here that treat small animals, I said, what is the most frustrating and most common condition that your dogs are presented with? All right. What would you say?
Skin disease.
Yeah. We had a very good seminar last night. A vet gave a seminar on skin diseases and how to handle them and why not to use antibiotics, etc. That was a good one. Skin disease. And the second one?
IBD.
Probably ears.
Ears, yeah. Depending on the practice and what they see. But skin and then ears. Very, very common nagging problems that don't just disappear with a once-off treatment.
I think skin disease and ears for me goes hand in hand. I've very seldom seen dogs that got skin disease that hasn't got ears as well, because they're not mutually exclusive from each other. It's a big thing. So I can say I have used the eardrops on my one girl that's got an ear issue, and it cleared unbelievably quickly. So, and normally ears take a little while, because I normally do the homeopathic and the natural way. And since I've discovered this, it clears. Well, she hasn't had one again, and she's a recurring case of ear issues. So I think it's, well, I've got four applications, and I'll bore everybody later with it, but I think it's my newfound wonder drug in our house.
Tell us about it, Greta.
No, this time I'm going to tell you about it just now.
Okay.
Antoinette's got Antoinette's got a few questions.
Just the last one. So, if I'm understanding you correctly, this can be used for bacteria, viruses, fungi, even coccidia. So how does that work? How do you fight a bacteria and a virus?
Yeah, good question, because I questioned that myself. We grew up and we're taught at vet school that, for every sort of gaga, you've got a separate treatment. All right. Now, the mechanisms are very similar because of this electrostatic method. For example, a virus is primarily a piece of protein. even if they are encapsulated. That encapsule is also mostly protein that is held together in a certain way, etc. And how it's held together is by oxyhydroxyl bonds. And if it's in contact with the silver will attract an electron from the oxyhydroxyl bond. And then that bond is no longer one positive, one negative charge. It doesn't attract each other. It starts opening up. And the literature describes this as unzipping. So that piece of string of protein, which is the virus or maybe the DNA in a bacteria, will start opening up from the top. And each bond below that also starts opening up because the silver keeps on doing the same process. And the literature calls it unzipping of the whole line from top to bottom. So once that virus is no longer in its helix form, it can no longer infect new cells. It can't reproduce. It's dead.
Okay.
So then the white blood cells come and clean up. In a bacteria, there are 8 mechanisms how it actually attacks a bacterial cell. Some of them is on the outside, where it stops the bacteria actually attaching to a cell. Then the silver can also enter that E. coli or Salmonella or Staph, whatever bacteria we're dealing with, and inside the cell, it stops the ATP production, the energy production of the cell. It denatures the DNA of that bacteria. It stops metabolites from being excreted. It stimulates the ROS system, the reticulated oxygenation system. So it kills a bacteria in 8 different methods. And that's why it is so highly effective. Whereas often other antimicrobial would kill a bacteria in a certain method. Either it affects the cell membrane of the bacteria or it affects an enzyme inside the bacteria. And then once the bacteria mutates, it can bypass that system and then your drug is no longer effective. With the silver, it attacks it from many areas, whether it's a virus, a bacteria, fungi, etc. So if it develops a bypass through mutation of one side, there's still 7 other methods how to neutralize that bacteria. Yeah, so it's like a very effective army. Yeah. And then obviously if you get fungi or even parasites, coccidiosis, crypto, etc., the mechanisms are pretty much similar because they're also made of phospholipid layer on the outside, proteins that are there, and then they allow these tiny silver molecules that are 10, 20 nanometers in size to enter that cell, and then it does the destruction inside that coccidiosis. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It's
My head is like going.
fascinating stuff
Wow.
because I mean, I've just since I first heard about this product, a vet told me that she treated a carcinoma with it, and she showed me photos of it, and I thought, I don't know, seeing is believing. Look at the photos, and I thought maybe it's something else, whatever. So this brings me to the next thing, and it is like getting practical. So a dog comes home with a hot spot or itchy skin and broken pyoderma.
Yeah.
Which product would you recommend the owner must use?
Yeah.
And then I'm going
All
to
right.
tell my story.
Great. Let's see whether they are the same, our 2 stories. Yeah. Now, I think obviously there's no one that knows a pet as well as the owner does. So, and we rely very heavily on the discretion of the owner. So the options that we have, if a dog, for example, has got a general itch and a big area of the body is affected and is reddish, etc., we would probably recommend washing that dog with the shampoo that also includes aloe vera and silver, rooibos, etc., to soothe the skin, etc., for a start. But for the localized areas like a hotspot, my favorite is the gel. We've got a QS gel or quantum silver gel that we apply to that hotspot. And the more often you apply it, the quicker one sees reaction and how the body starts restoring. Now, also yesterday in the seminar that I attended, they explained the importance of the bacteria on the skin surface, and that there must be a certain homeostasis for a healthy skin, similar to the gut bacteria. So what is good with the silver, because it doesn't destroy the good bacteria on the skin, it actually helps the restoration of that balance of good bacteria. The silver also enhances blood flow so that the wound or the hot spot, etc., closes quicker. Because it's anti-inflammatory, it reduces the itch so that the animal licks less or rubs less on it, etc. And we have a lot less scar tissue if treated with the silver, because it stimulates healthy cells to grow faster and close up that wound. The good thing is, if an animal licks the quantum silver, there's no damage. It can only be good for the animal. But obviously, the gel dries up quickly. Some people prefer the spray, and it doesn't matter whether you use the spray or the gel. It is equally effective. Just spray it 4 times a day or 5 times a day onto those areas that where you have the hot spot or the redness to help that improve. So, Rita, that's my story. What would you recommend? What do you recommend?
No. I want to tell my story about my little boy, Mr. Baggins, that has got a little bit of an autoimmune issue after he's had meningitis, and he started flaring up with a bacteria in his skin that is antibiotic resistant. So we struggled with it. So obviously I like going the natural way, and we've done homeopathy and so on, and then we treat it and it's fine, and then 3 weeks later it comes back in double doses. And after the 3rd time, actually he was in remission, let's call it remission, and I introduced you to Dr. Eindmark. And when he broke out the Monday, he breaks out and it's nothing is wrong with him, and 24 hours later it looks like it is terrible. I want to go and report myself to the SPCA. That is how bad it is.
Sure.
And I took him in. He was due for a physiotherapy appointment, and I took him in. I said, he can't do treadmill and things like that, but look at this. And he was immediately we did the veterinary application, which was a subcutaneous fluid. We put the oral solution over his food. He got the gel on, and by all 3 previous times, it took him almost 3 weeks before he started looking like normal. Within 24 hours, and this was the worst breakup that he had it all over his body. Within 24 hours, he looked like it's healing. And I mean, it's just absolutely amazing how well it is done. I look at his skin, and that made me say, okay, all my dogs are going to get it over their food. Not all of them need it, but this is preventative. We're gonna use it as a prevention for anything that can happen. I've got quite a few dogs with allergies and issues, and I do not see my dog with allergies is actually not scratching. She's not as red, not as pink as she's been, and it is amazing. So for itchy skin, stuff like that, I've been using the oral solution, the spray, and the gel. Okay, and then when we go to the vet, Baggins gets his
injection.
Yeah. And I swear by this. I actually ask my vet if he will do a drip for me. He laughed and he said, it's only you that will think something out like that. But it is really, really amazing. I've been using it on myself as well, and the gel is amazingly soothing. It really is. So.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. I think stories like that, Rita, that's really what motivates our team back home here at the factory, because obviously it's hard work and staying innovative and looking for new solutions. But these testimonies, as you've just shared with us, that is really fantastic, because we get from various areas on different animals, etc. but that's really the engine driving our creative minds. Yeah.
And it keeps the juices full it's like the petrol pump that fills the tank so that you can carry on. And it's
Correct.
important. I'll put
Yeah.
some nice photos together and I'll give it to you. You can use it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, as you said, the nice thing is the safety of it. So Quantum Silver is not magic that I always emphasize. It's not the one bullet for everything, but it does cover a very wide range of infections, of helps with allergies, hotspots, dermatitis, ear infections, etc. And the nice thing is it can be used in combination with, say, homeopathy. Obviously, the basics we always emphasize are important, which is nutrition, critical for humans, for animals, that the animals shouldn't have deficiencies, for example. They should have appropriate diets for their age, etc. And then also basic needs met, that they're not exposed to cold if they're not used to it, and rain, and those sort of things. So I think that's important. Sometimes one overlooks that, and you think there's a drug to help with the management that hasn't been in place, especially in production animals, even more important, But animals shouldn't be stressed. And I think most owners are very responsible. And I think it's just good to know that there is something they can use additionally, which they might have not been aware of, that is very safe. I always say the worst that can happen is if you give it to an animal that you don't see a big change. That is a very worst. I yet have to have a client who bought product and says nothing changed in the animal. All right. But that's the worst. And I think that's a very good product and safety margin if that's the worst that can happen. We don't have lists of side effects like most products have. And I think that gives a lot of assurance to owners to at least try it. Once they've tried it, they hooked, like Rita is hooked.
And the beauty of it is you guys are really so affordable. It is really not breaking the bank. Doing these treatments. I mean, some of the product out there is so expensive that you can hardly think of it. Yes, it might work, but am I going to try it because it might work or it might not work? So, and this is really for me a very affordable product that really is making a difference. Definitely making a difference. So.
May I just quickly emphasize about ear infections, seeing that they are so common. So the ear and eye drops are good for the pocket-sized editions of dogs. In other words, those that you can hold in a small hand. If they've got ear infection, then use the ear drops.
That's like Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, we had Labradors, and the one Labrador had a problem with his right ear with a chronic recurring ear infection. Now, because of the wax in the ear and the dirt, etc., it's not easy to take out. I use the wound spray. So I pull the ear and then I sprayed, and then he didn't mind that because it doesn't burn. It's just like water going into his ear. And I fill that ear up, and then I give him a good rub on the side, and that he loved very much. And I did that twice a day for 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. And then he was fine for maybe a few months. And then if it came back, we did the same. So what I'm saying is one must always make sure that you apply enough. Or if a dog's got some skin issue or a hotspot, whatever, put in the gel liberally or spray till it's wet. If you underdose it, it obviously won't work like any other product.
Okay.
But for ears, I found that was quite helpful, that you rather use the spray to get in deep into that ear canal of the bigger breed dogs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was just going to ask about the ear spray. So at what point do I say, all right, this is not working, I need to go to the vet?
Yeah. I would say if you don't see a reaction within 2 to 3 days, I'm not talking
Yeah.
about acutely sick animal that's got fever and doesn't eat. I mean, that must go
Yes.
straight to the vet. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
if a animal is sort of doesn't have good appetite, or you just feel it's not quite not, it should react within 2 days or 3 days at the least. If it hasn't, then I would say rather take it to a vet for a general checkup.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But
And then
eyes,
also, yeah, say you've got puppies, a litter of puppies, and one or two of them are very sick, then I recommend take those immediately to the vet. They might need a drip or whatever the condition is, especially if it's something like parvo, something severe. But immediately treat all the healthy puppies with the oral solution. A puppy that weighs 1 kilogram needs 1 milliliter twice a day. That's a very small dose, just into the mouth, and keep them healthy before they also get sick. Yeah. Or if you've got one dog that's got, say, kennel cough or whatever, then treat all of them, because it's just a matter of time that the others start getting it.
We'll get it as well.
so this is a great product to use prophylactically, to as prevention as well.
Yeah. So usually what we recommend is on the dosage is that for prevention, we give 1 milliliter per kilogram twice a day. And if an animal is really sick, has got a fever or diarrhea or, something acute, then we double up for a few days. In other words, 2 milliliter per kilogram twice a day for a few days. Yeah. But just prevention, I'd say even once a day, 1 ml per kilogram could be good. And just to give it to all the animals to reduce the chances of infection.
So eyes are very delicate. So things like weepy eyes, conjunctivitis, scratches. How safe is that to put it in eyes for treatment, in treatment of eyes?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's probably one of the very safest drugs available. Well, I call it now a drug product available for eye infection, because you can also even have it as an intravenous drip or subcutaneous injection if you go to the vet, the Quantum Silver injectable. So it's very safe for eyes. And seeing that the first published medical article was in 1881 on treating eyes of newborn babies, which are highly sensitive. We know our product is even a lot safer than the crude products they had then. Very safe. And I'd say from the response we get from the market, we literally sell hundreds and hundreds of eye drops a month, for humans and for animals.
I've got a question here from one of our listeners. Will the gel work to apply underneath the eye as a cleanser and preventative for tear stains?
Sorry, the last one, preventative for?
For tear stains.
Yeah. I would use the eye drops in the eye. And obviously the gel one can use just below the eye, on the eyelid or on the sides. And I would say there too, try it, because often it's difficult to diagnose what is the reason that the eyes are tearing and the stain. And you should see a positive outcome within days, 2 to 3 days. I had a cat owner in Piet Retief that phoned me a few months ago. And the third eyelid was already showing in the cat. And she got then a hold of these eye drops and started using them. And she sent me photos every second day, how quickly she saw improvement on that. So I'd say try it, and you should see a difference within days.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And things like tummy upsets and diarrhea, we can use it for that as well. Or that you have something to that. Yeah.
Yeah. I would also recommend the oral solution for that. So you can either put it on the food or just inject it into the mouth. The animals will easily drink it because it tastes like water. And the quicker you start with the treatment, the quicker they respond to it, and the problem is solved. Obviously, I would do it in connection with appropriate diet for that condition. And also, if you have probiotics, I'm very pro using probiotics to support the restoration of the gut balance of the microbiome, if available.
Okay.
So we've said it's an antimicrobial, it's an antiviral, but it's also an antifungal. So from there, being an antifungal, things like ringworm, things like that, where fungal things are a nightmare, especially in multiple pet homes. And that can spread to humans as well. So what would the protocol look like in a household for that?
Yeah, I would say a household with multiple animals, it would be important to treat all of them with the oral solution. In other words, just make sure that each one gets it on top of his food twice a day. And because it's a fungal infection, one's got to treat for a longer period. Usually bacterial infections is 3 to 5 days, they're a lot better. But fungal infections take a bit longer, just the nature of fungi. So I would say treat all of them minimum 2 weeks. And then not only the oral, but also topical. Now, if it's localized, then it's good to clip the hair or make the hair shorter, because the fungus usually grows on the surface of the skin. And if in the long-haired breeds, one often doesn't get there. So you must either use a shampoo with the silver in it, or use the spray, or you can use the gel, depending on what animal you're dealing with and what you prefer. But all three will be very effective, and repeatedly. So you treat it from the topical side, directly where the ringworm symptoms are, and also orally. So it comes through the bloodstream, through the layers of the skin, and you focus on that fungus internally and externally at the same time. And then the resolution is so much quicker. The animals restore a lot faster. And even the other animals that might look fine, they will obviously have the fungal spores already on their skin because they're in contact with each other all the time. So it's good to treat all of them before it actually manifests and becomes a problem in the other animals.
Great, that's absolutely great advice.
Additions that you would like to add there, how you would treat it?
Me, I would definitely use the. I'm just thinking that the gel. I can see the gel. Look, I'm lucky. I haven't had ringworm around, so I can't say it from experience. But for me, the logic makes sense. Also, the spray and the gel would definitely be a easy applicable thing. The gel is so easy to apply to anything. Beagles with short hair, dogs with longer hair. It just makes it's easy because it's such a nice smooth texture. It's not sticky. It absorbs very quickly into the skin. So
correct. It's dry within a minute or two. It's dry. It's not oily. So and then obviously it's already working. Great.
Antoinette, you've stunned.
Yeah. No, I'm fascinated. Rita, I'm going to just quickly touch on two things. One, cats, because cats are notoriously, we treat them special because they are and they have special needs. And then I think you touched on it before as well. If the pet licks it, it's not dangerous. It just goes in and it's fine. But I think for cats, do we have to do things differently for them?
Yeah. As you said, cats just by nature are very different to dogs. We also have one here in the house, and his name is Petrus. So whenever my wife sees that the cat isn't so looking so good, maybe it ate something because it roams around. You never know what it picks up outside, etc. We also just add some solution to its food. So it's wet food that we give mornings or evenings, so you can put it on any food, whether it's dry food or wet food. It's such a tiny volume, but they respond very, very quickly. And then the same, the gel or the wound spray, depending if they've got something on the skin. Especially cats, sometimes they land up in a cat fight, literally. And then the problem is because if the skin is broken due to the pores flowing in, they get infection under the skin. And the quicker one treats them with the Quantum Silver, so that through the bloodstream, you can actually address those bugs that are there under the skin to prevent them from developing a subcutaneous pyoderma, the better. So if you think your cat was in a bad fight, or you just see some scratches on it, start treating immediately with the Quantum Silver daily for at least a week, and also apply it to the wounds if there are visible wounds on the cat. But you can use the same eye drops for cat eye infections, dry eyes, itchy eyes, etc. They are very effective.
Cool.
If a pet household could keep only one Quantum Silver product in the first aid kit, which one and why?
Yeah. That one comes as a pair. The pair is the gel and the solution. Once you've got those, you'll add the other ones. No, I think there's
Is it a combined?
In my parents' generation, they grew up, they only had one product in the first aid kit. That was castor oil. And then, we had other products when we grew up, one or two. But I would say every household with pets should have a bottle of Quantum Silver available, and they should have probably a small tub of gel, because the quicker you can start treating something, the quicker it resolves. So I'd say that would be minimum, and then the next day they can go and get something more specialized like eye drops or one of those.
Rita, you're gonna have to do the quick fire now, because we're like almost
running out of time.
on an hour. Can you believe it?
It is. Can we not go over again?
We can go as long as you guys want.
Listeners are also welcome to
that.
send questions afterwards. Through either you, Antoinette, or Rita.
Yeah.
And you can just direct to me. We'll gladly help. Maybe they think of questions tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah, your team have been great in the comments. As questions have popped up, they've
that has
been
amazing.
answering.
So we didn't need to do that.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Great.
Okay. So one of the classics, but I do think we have touched on this briefly. The classic worry is Argyria, the blue-gray skin from long-term overuse of colloidal silver. You have explained to us why it is not a real worry and not a real risk. And
let me quickly just say again in one sentence. So that is a possibility with colloidal silver, the old technology. With our third generation, it is impossible, because our carrier molecule can't enter healthy cells. It can't accumulate in the body. So Argyria or turning blue is not possible with Quantum Silver.
The other one I'm also going to skip, because we have spoken about gut health and good bacteria and bad bacteria. That is all been answered. There's one thing that we haven't. What formal research or lab testing sits behind Quantum Silver? I want to know, are you looking through lab scopes and see how the different molecules, how do you determine what is happening?
Yeah. All right. So first of all, the molecule is produced in Germany by engineers that work very closely with the University of München, University of Göttingen, where professors actually have published articles on this molecule and its different actions, and is consistently still being researched in University of Wageningen in Holland, and also in the USA. So in various places. We have done hundreds of lab tests, as well as practical tests on animals that have been confirmed by either independent veterinarians, independent laboratories, and on its various actions, antibacterial actions, viral actions, its safety, etc. And that is ongoing. Yeah. So we've got a lot of research on Quantum Solver in our libraries. Yeah.
I can say I was privileged to listen to 2 lectures of you 2 weeks ago, and I was like also gobsmacked about the research, the practical things that is proven how amazing it works. So from that point of view, without boring our listeners, because it's another, how long we just talk, another 2 hours time, it is an amazing product, and the research and the data is there. The supporting data is definitely there in production animals, in pets, everywhere. So from that point of view, I think it is like sort of a miracle drug, in my opinion. Again,
Yeah. We would like to see it as an additional tool for an owner of an animal, which he might have not known of before, but a very handy and very flexible tool that's extremely safe but highly effective.
So if there's one thing, your top tip, so someone uses Quantum Solver for the first time, what would be your top tip to kind of set them up for success?
Yeah, I would say the most important is to give the animal the appropriate dose. In other words, enough. If you underdose like any other drug, it will not give the results. That's the most important. And rather give a bit too much than a bit too little. Then the product will speak for itself. Yeah. I think that's the most critical one.
Yeah, no.
And the quicker you start treatment with any animal or person, the quicker the response before they get really sick.
Yes. And it's safe, puppies, kittens, pregnant moms, seniors. Yeah.
So it is safe. We have used it. Many of the breeders, dog breeders, actually use it regularly during pregnancy, just at birth and post-birth, to ensure that there's no infection coming in, no mastitis for the bitches, etc. Very important, because it keeps them healthy without suppressing their immunity.
That is something we will talk about later, because that is a big thing with a lot of breeders, is mastitis, especially when there was C-sections. So it is definitely something. I'm making notes. You'll definitely be bombarded with all the questions. So
okay.
So where can people find Quantum Solver? Website, stockist, and is there any special thing that we can tell the Paws and People community about Quantum Solver?
We prefer as a company to sell the products through local shops, because people that come, say, to your shop, they get professional advice, what to use, when to use, how long to use, etc. So we bring that personal touch into it. But it's also available for people who already know the product. We've got online shops. There's our own quantumsolver.co.za. There's Vet Online. There are quite a few. And then quite a few of the pet shops actually stock our products all over South Africa. And there's a long list of those that have them.
And
there are many veterinary practices that also stock our product and sell it to the pet owners, vets.
So and of course I've got to fund Pawsome Raw, because Pawsome Raw will also stock it, and you can actually just let your distributor know if there's anything that you need, and we will get it to you ASAP.
The other reason why we would prefer selling it, for example, through your shop, is it's cheaper for the end user. Because if they buy online, they've got to pay the courier, plus they've got to wait another 2 or 3 days till it arrives. By that time, the animal should be better already. So it's that's why we prefer selling it through the local pet shops or pet suppliers.
But we want to make sure that everyone gets it, so they have it in the house. So when the pet gets sick, they already have it.
100%. That's how it should be.
That
Like
was
the castle
another.
and all those.
That was another absolute amazing talk. Thank you so much for spending time with us, with the two aunties, talking about what we care most about. I also need to say that Quantum Silver is one of the sponsors for African Pet Health Summit. So come, you are can listen to Dr. Volker give an amazing talk, book your ticket and join us because you can learn a lot from him there as well. So
yeah, and they're going to have are they going to have a stand at the expo?
Yes.
So you can buy the stuff there as well then. Great.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Cool, Bernard.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity and that we could have a chat. I enjoyed it very much. Thank you to all the listeners who tuned in.
Yes. We'll flag any questions that wasn't picked up, and the recording will also be loaded onto the YouTube channel, and I'll share that tomorrow. So you're welcome. Everyone can just share it, and then I'll also make sure to put your link, so your website link and things like that will be on there as well, so people can get in touch with you guys at Quantum Silver.
I need to have the last say. Remember, the oldest remedies and the newest science can always work side by side. And as long as your vet stays captain of the ship, from the two aunties, Rieta and Antoinette, give your fur babies a squeeze. From us. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cool.